Hi guys, Ghost Raven here, and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines 2. I hope you guys are doing well today. Please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll bring you cool daily videos like this. Yes, I hope you guys are doing well. We are jumping in pretty much where we left off the last time. It has been a little while since I've played this game, but we are back at it today in anticipation for the Bridges and Ports expansion, which is coming out on the 29th of October. So I am looking forward to that expansion. I'll definitely be purchasing that expansion, and I will be upgrading our bridges because we do have a lot of islands. So I think it's going to be a perfect map and a perfect playthrough to try out the expansion. And we're going to be able to fix our porting situation and make sure that we can get some fish finally. So because there is that new resource, and I haven't found a way of being able to extract it yet. Okay, it's actually not showing anymore. Used to show that there were fish. No, there is there. Sorry, I do apologize. It actually is here. So we don't have anything at the moment because it's part of the expansion or anticipation for the expansion which is coming. And these trees have been dying down, so you can see that they look very bare at the moment, but they are a lot of baby trees. So you can have a look. See, this is a baby elder. So it's busy growing. So this will fill out when the trees grow back. So it does look a little bit bare at the moment, but there are enough trees there to make it look pretty when they are fully grown. So there is a cycle, a growth and a death cycle. So the trees do die, and then they kind of drop seeds, and then the seeds respawn into new trees. So just a bit of an overview of our map, what we've been doing, just to remember. So we started working on, I think the last 2 or 3 episodes we've been working on this beach area. So I'd like to finish off this beach area today, maybe give our airport city a little bit of love, and maybe just put in a bus route from the tourist beach to our main bus depot. So maybe let's start with something like that. So where we're going to add our bus station. So we could add it probably right at the beginning of the city here, or we could bring it in a little bit further. So let's go and have a look at the small bus station. So there's a small bus station there. So it's actually not too bad. Just thinking maybe we could actually have it off the main road. So maybe we can have it on the main road because this is not such a busy road. It's not really going anywhere. So I'm going to do that rather. Okay, let's just do next road across. Okay, the reason why I can't place it down is because I have a surface area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it down there. So there's our bus station, or small bus station. So you can upgrade it. So you can upgrade it with an extra platform, which we don't really need at the moment. It's a taxi stop, which we probably do need. Taxi stop is out the back this way, so I don't think it's going to help us if we had to do anything with this pathway. And it's got station services, so there we go. Okay, so the only thing that's left to do is actually create a line. So I'm going to just choose the first point here, and I'm going to zoom out and move all the way across to our main bus station and just see if we have a spare terminal. We do. The last terminal here has been used. Okay, so then I might have to go all the way back to our new bus station on this side and just close the route in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the simulation, close the route in, and then we can go and adjust what we need to adjust. Okay, so this is going to be, we call this tourist beach, so let's just call this tourist beach line. Okay, and we need to just check our number of buses and stuff as well. But we can go and actually have a look at the route. We can say we want the ticket price to be 0. We want them to use electric buses. So what that does is that reduces the noise pollution, so they don't produce as much noise. And then the people that are living in this area, there'll be less noise pollution, so they'll be happier. And from a color perspective, I don't know, we're going to have a look-see. Let's go and have a look at all the routes again. So we basically have a whole bunch of different colors. So sort of a beach sort of area. So I think kind of like a green. Maybe a sandy color. No, let's go for a green rather. We haven't really got a green before. There'll be our green bus line. Okay. So this bus line now, it says it's going to be using how many buses? So it's going to use 11. So we just need to make sure that we have 11 buses capacity left. And our bus station or bus depot is all the way on our industrial area on this side. So you can see we have 52 out of 65. So we should probably try and expand this if we can. I know this is actually in the radius as well. I mean, we could remove these two on this road and actually fit in another one here. So let's just do that. Is that encroaching on the... No. Just because it's got the... Let's just take this out of here. It's not confusing. Okay, so now we've added quite a lot of capacity. Okay, so now we can have up to 75, which is quite nice. We could actually do a little bit more if we really wanted to. So water treatment plant, we probably need some space, and I want to go and see, are we doing okay? I think we have another one over there. Yeah, we do. Could expand this industrial zone as well. We've actually got quite a lot to do. We haven't even implemented trains into the city yet. Okay, so there's our bus station. Okay, so let's just get that bus route going. We have got it just running on 1 speed for now. Okay, so I wanted to bring in some more sort of residential buildings. I was thinking of maybe using the high residential, but it's a little bit too high, and I want to try and keep with the Japanese theme. We don't really have Japanese themed high residentials, so the best we can do is a medium residential like these. Then also we can use the mixed use. We do have the mixed use as well. So if you go to mixed housing and you click on the Japanese, you can see we've got the mixed housing. So this I kind of want to use. I actually prefer to use this because then it's creating shops along the streets and people then living above those shops. And they will always grow in because we have demand for medium residential. So okay, that's quite a lot of people that we've now invited into the settlement or into this tourist beach area. So we've increased the households to 357, and that'll just keep expanding as those buildings level up and it gets better for us. Okay, and then I'd like to add some sort of sports facilities and everything to this area as well, so kind of along the beach. So if we go into our parks and recreation, we can have a look at, I want to look at sports park. So we've got this basketball center, which is actually going to fit quite nicely in over here. So I'm going to add the basketball center in. So let's go and have a look at that. I think that's really cool. So they can play basketball and then people can come and chill on the beach, which I think is pretty cool. Okay. And then the community pool, I'm not too concerned. Maybe we can get another one of these in. That'll be great. Okay, that's awesome. And then what I just maybe put a few trees in. So I don't know what these trees are. Let's have a look. So Sylvester palm tree. Let's try and match what we were using before. Okay, and we're going to put anarchy on. We're going to select single, but we're going to make sure that the age is decent age. We can add a few more palm trees in here. Start filling out the area a little bit. Okay, so this is businesses, so they will come in when these houses do come in. So you can see that these properties are starting to grow. This is a pedestrian street, so the cars are not going to be able to get here. So that's why we created the bus route. So if they needed to get here, they can get here. And then also we do have the parking. So we should see an increase. I have increased the simulation speed now, so you can see a lot more cars are now coming into the area. People are starting to move into these houses. I'm surprised they're allowed to drive along the street because it's just a pedestrian street. I suppose it needs to be able to get to their houses. So we might have to convert this into a normal road. And that's quite big, so quite a lot of shops, quite nice. Okay, and there are some baby palm trees. Let's just add some more alders in here. Okay, and we can add a tree line in here. I wonder if I want to put in a row of trees here just to block the sound and visually the highway. Okay, I think we should talk to maybe convert this road. So just go to a normal size road and let's just see, take the anarchy off, or you want to use the upgrade tool. Okay, it is actually too big. So if we just use the normal road.
Like many of our listeners, I have looked into the void, and I know what's to come. The Nameless One will return and cleanse this world, and we shall all be free. But first, let's hear another song. In local coverage, the tourism.
Okay, so now they can go and drive and do what they need to do. So it's a proper road all the way along. People are going to be able to park along the beach and along the parks and side of the road. So I'd like to keep this kind of like quite a busy road down the middle of the beach area. Okay, and it's still asking us for lots more properties and stuff. So I think in this sort of area, maybe the sort of the lower density. But I definitely want to make sure that we don't encroach, so we have a little bit of space for other buildings. So let's just pop in some of those. Okay, and we can add some palm trees in between as well. So it's keeping within the Japanese style, and it's bringing in quite a few more people into the area. Okay, so from a parking perspective, it's also our parking is going to get filled up pretty quickly. Let's just see how it goes. I want to just see how the bus route is now taking into effect. So it's only been used 4%, which is actually not very much at all. Okay, so I can slow down the simulation so we can just carry on building. At least now we're getting a little bit of a residential presence in this area now. So, okay, so we've got 574 households and we've only got 341 employees. So we actually need more jobs. They're only asking for offices. So maybe we can put offices to shield between here and the highway. Just the people that are living in the area, they can get work in the area. It's going to take our demand all the way down, but at least it's going to give us a few more buildings, and it's not giving us a bit of an indication of where we can place trees. Just sort of give us a second layer of protection from the road, from the highway at least. Kind of makes sense. It's probably going to make this intersection, we're probably going to have to upgrade this to a proper intersection at some point. But for now it seems to be handling everything we're throwing at it. We do have quite a lot of people living and moving in here, so... Okay, so we definitely want to make sure what we do is we have a pathway. So let's just So pathways are over here. Just want to do that for now. I don't know why it would break that house. So it just basically stops us from, well, stops people from using it as a road. So that the zoning areas are now off that, so which is better for us, and then we can control it a little bit better as well. So I could probably just run a road down in here and one down here. You can see immediately we have the ability to add more buildings, and we're making better use of the space. Get some more residents going in here, I think. Okay, so we have made use of that area properly now. So what we should probably do is not keep anarchy on with this one. Increase the brush strength to 100. And that should be okay. And we can paint in a few just to begin with. Okay. Looking a lot more built up and a lot better. Look how beautiful these buildings actually are. I'm glad we kept it the Japanese style, so at least now this beach area is going to start looking a little bit more Japanese. I did start with the North American sort of beachfront properties on the one side, and I actually regret doing that. But it's fine for now. Okay, so let's try and add a little bit more tourist sort of attractions and stuff, so people would want to actually come here. So we can add this over here as well. Okay, and I was thinking, let's see what else is available. So we can do basketball courts. And then maybe an actual park sort of area. So I think that's too big. It's way too big, but we could probably do something a little bit smaller. Let's have a look. Okay, we don't really have anything available. And what I would like to do is just put anarchy back on, and then what I want to do is I just want to grab this and just grass this whole area. It just separates the two. That's actually much better. Okay, how are we doing on parking? Not so good. And how are we doing on the bus route? So now it's using, a lot more people are using it. That vehicle's full, that vehicle's full, not full. Okay, so, I mean, there are people using it, which is good. We just make sure we give them the ability to be able to walk to where they need to go. So, okay, that's fine. I'm actually happy with that. And maybe we get a fancy building going on in here. We don't really have much more space to expand. What I would like to do is maybe go over the highway, but we haven't thought about that. So we're probably going to have to demolish some buildings and actually just increase the road. I suppose we could use this road and go under or over. And we can start taking advantage of that whole area as well. But I just want to get this beach area sort of finalized. Okay, so we've got a small little park in there. Can we add something in there? We can. Just want to add a variety of things, so it's not all exactly the same. And there are people using it, so I don't want to take away too much of that. So I'm just going to put in some trees. My god, we've got anarchy on. Okay, so we've taken it off now. I'm just making the situation much worse. Oh goodness gracious. Okay, so let's just we mess this up. You're probably going to want to put that back. I don't know, I just think it's too much actually. I just think it's just way too much. Okay, so let's just... let's just rethink this because I'm not happy with it. I think it's just too many trees. Doesn't look natural enough for me. And we're going to have to fix the park that we did away with. Or you could just turn it into something else. I mean, there's always a reason for something happening. Okay, so maybe we can use this. I'm trying to think what we can... I want to just... I definitely want to put some of the palm trees back, but I just want to make use of the area. I don't think we can use much more of it because there's no roads or anything that are running past here. Bus station is too big for this road. We could have actually... And we can probably just pull it in an alley if we wanted to. And then it just gives us a little bit more place to be able to actually put buildings if we wanted to. Just make better use of the space. Okay, so now the shops are available. So we can actually put in some low density commercial. Do we have Japanese? We do. That was all of our demand. Like in a second, it was taken away from us. Oh wait, there we go. Okay, so at least we got some more businesses coming in. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to be very careful about how we implement our trees. They don't look just ridiculously too many. Could probably turn that into a nice little park. What we can do is we can run the trees along this road here, or this pathway at least. And some trees at the center.
Public transportation within designated areas is now free of charge.
There's no such thing as a free lunch, but a free bus ride might just be your ticket.
We're going live to Kim, who is out on the streets to find out how local residents are responding to the new transportation policy.
I'm standing in line waiting to head downtown. And the good news is, I left my wallet at the studio. I'm getting taken for a ride this morning, free of charge. I have Gloria standing next to me.
And I completely ruined it. So let's just use the tool and let's just get it back to what it was. So I think we use the advanced line tool.
I just hope
Probably dropped it down to about 6. Let's just have a look and see how good or bad this is. It's terrible, actually.
Please exercise caution if you must drive.
Okay.
Try to stay off the streets until conditions
So
improve.
0.8 and
This
1.8.
is
I think
the
1.8 is a
local
bit better.
public service announcement.
One of our listeners, Julie, just wrote it. I love the music, and I get that you're all
There we go.
into Chinese mythology.
Okay, I think we had a
Don't you
fountain in there, so
sometimes
let's
get
just go and
freaked
add a
out
fountain
because
back.
it's all so horrifying? Well, that's a fair question, Julie. Now let me ask you this.
And
What
I
do you
think if
call it
people
when
wanted to
you
come and
take
chill, we could
distractions from the glance
probably
of
give them
God
the ability to be able to do that.
glue? That's right, ice cream. And that should prove once and for all that something horrifying, unthinkable can also at the
It's a
same
dustbin,
time
and
be
then I want to give them
absolutely
a big
delightful.
tree
Who
for
knows?
shade.
Maybe everything's horrifying if you think about it too closely. Food for thought, or maybe you pass. Either way,
Want
thanks for
the
listening.
elders as well.
This is Chen Smith. Now let's hear another song.
And on to our main featured story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in
We give
luxury
people shade so they
all
can
over.
chill by the fountain,
You
but
can
also then
now
still be by the
shop
shade.
designer shoes
Okay,
while
and then
sipping
let's
a
just
fancy
see,
local
let's just use the
Starbucks
advanced liner
cocktail.
tool again and
Or so
see
my wife tells
what
me.
this looks like.
That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
More local news today. The tourism board just released their latest figures, and somehow the number of visitors to the region fell by over 20% last season.
Well, that's fine by me, Jim. I just love it here. Maybe we'll keep it our little secret.
I like the sound of that, Glenda.
And we can just stick a palm tree in there. Pretty cool, I think. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's pretty cool. Okay, and I want to see how this parking's doing. Not too well, so I want to just put in another one just in case we need one. I'm going to go over the pathway by using Anarchy. No, I can't use Anarchy for some reason. Alright, so let's just do it anyways. There we go. Okay, and I can add some palm trees out this way. Okay. A lot of fountains, a lot of trees. Looking pretty good. We've got the basketball courts at the side, so we basically have finished this tourist beach that we had started doing about 3 episodes ago. Okay, so we have a bus line directly in, which still seems to be quite well used, 47%, which is pretty good. We can just do a quick resource production and see how we're doing. So we are still producing more than we are using, and we are exporting a surplus, which is very good for us. Okay, the bus lines, they seem to be okay, not too busy. We do have trams, so our tram lines are working quite nicely. So I think maybe what we do is we'll finish off by going and having a ride on one of our tram lines. And we do have this airplane line is actually quite well used. Only 8%, 4 passengers. Just because it can carry quite a few passengers. So we don't have trains. I think the next episode we must definitely implement train. And I think the episode after that will implement metro. And then by then the bridges and ports will be available, and we will be able to expand and play with that expansion and see. I also have downloaded the latest the Dutch pack, which I have installed, but I haven't even had a look at it. So we have a look at these. We've got French, Eastern Europe, Chinese, I don't know, the Netherlands. There we go. So these are all, it's a new pack. So we've got a whole bunch of new buildings. Some new service buildings and stuff as well, but I will show you that, guys, on the next episode. So let's go and have a look at our train line, have a ride on one of our trams, and let's see which is busy. Let's have a look at our red line, and there's a tram over here. He's making his way on the bridge. Let's go see. Oh, we just missed him, so I'm going to pause the simulation, select him, zoom in on him, and let's have a look-see. $127 passengers out of 240. So quite a fast ride. Can't see anything because we're behind the trees. Have a look at some of these pathways are not working, so that's not good. Hospital, and now we're going to go over the bridge into Sunset Harbour. Get a look at our industrial area on the right hand side. All the pollution, quite a beautiful train ride. Okay, and then what we do is we're going to come in, we're going to turn left here, and this is quite a busy stop it seems. We now are completely full. Okay, going over the water again. Next we have completely full, so I don't know how it's going to help anybody. Sorry guys. Okay, well quite a few people got off, so that's good for us. And we're going to turn left again, and there should be a few more stops along this road. And then what we'll do is start making our way into the big city. Well, at least it's being well used, I've got to say. What we're going to do is we're going to go over the bridge. Into our high residential and commercial area. Basically our downtown of our city. We're going to be able to fix all of that when ports comes out. It's going to be fantastic. Some quite low residential buildings there, or medium residential. I don't know if they were residential, if they were commercial. We'll have to go and check that out. But there you go, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe, and I will definitely catch you on the next one. I hope you have a good day. Take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.